Hi, everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. I'm taking today as a day where I'm going to be having time to do something creative here in the kitchen for education and not just cooking or dealing with my clients. So, welcome. You're back in the kitchen with KK. I am Kimberly Knox, and I'm a very passionate, integrative, and functional health coach, which means we target getting to the root cause of diseases. And my huge passion is getting people back into the kitchen to contribute to your health. It doesn't matter if you like to cook or not, you can contribute to your health even by just learning to make a couple really nutrient dense smoothies, a snack item, an alternative to bakery. And that's what I focus here on my channel, to give you the inspiration to let you know that it's your job to stay healthy. And we have so much power. So that is us taking empowerment back, because we can't rely and give our power away to restaurants for food, because convenience has started to definitely kill, right? Everything convenience. If you look at the label, you've got inflammatory ingredients, additives, preservatives, thickeners that are destroying. The body wants real whole food. And I like to keep it simple. That's why I wrote a cookbook called Simple Cooking for Vitality. You don't need to be a Michelin chef. In fact, they're not necessarily trained in health. You just need simple, clean food, knowing when to eat and when not to eat. So a lot of times people at the beginning of the year, this is a national diet resolution, the first week of the month of January. And I go by a no diets, delicious, not deprived mentality. I do not diet myself. I eat whole food and I eat in a window. So it's guiding when I'm eating, when I'm not, allowing my body to clean up. And that is really simple. We're making it a lifestyle, not a diet, because Weight Watchers doesn't work. That's why people keep doing it. And a diet is born to fail. All right. The commitment to you is a lifestyle. The commitment is wanting the empowerment of your health to get that energy back and feel amazing. Okay. So this is a new year. That's all you have to do. And losing weight is so simple when you do it properly. All right. So what we're talking about today is also, it's National Oatmeal Month. Whenever you go to a restaurant for breakfast, 90% of the menu is typically dessert items, very high blood spiking, not geared toward, really good energy. They might not be using the highest ingredients or the best fats. So, and if you are extending that eating window a little, breakfast is not generally something that you're going to indulge in. After I work out in the morning, though, without any food, and especially cold day, I like to turn to a porridge, or you call it an oatmeal. So we're going to go through that because there's some other alternatives that are better, alkaline forming in the body. All right, so the two, you see me use my oats. I only buy one brand. They must be glyphosate-free, certified, GMO certified, free. Rolled oats are rolled. And sprouted oats are going to have a higher nutrient compound, because anything that's sprouted, the amino acids generally and the nutrients tend to escalate. The steel cut oats need to be cooked a little longer, and they're chewy. So get past, listen, I grew up with Quaker Instant oats. They're not the best for you. They're going to have additives, lots of sugar, and you can make it yourself. So we're not going to be making oatmeal today, though. So oatmeal is slightly acidic forming. It's not fully alkaline in the body, but it is a good source of fiber and also of protein. And what we want to prevent is blood sugar spikes. We're talking about constant energy. That is blood sugar control. And fantastic. So let's put these to the side and let's explore a few others here. We're going to bring in teff, millet, and buckwheat. All gluten-free options, great sources of protein and fiber, all of them, a little bit different in each. And all alkaline residual in the body when you eat it, it means when you eat it, it doesn't create an acid response like animal protein, dairy, and sugar, and common preservatives and processed foods. So let me just look and see. So buckwheat considered, I'm looking at some of my notes, the buckwheat, a little bit slightly lower glycemic index. That's how the body processes. If you look at total carbs minus your fiber divided by 5, that's like a sugar conversion. I've taken you through that many times. Buckwheat, you're going to get higher magnesium here, iron, selenium, B2, but millet's going to have higher potassium, zinc, a complex amount of B vitamins, but both are high in fiber and protein. So teff, very cute. I've done, in my book, I actually have a teff stew. It is the smallest grain in the world, Ethiopia. So if you don't have a lot of food, a grain that converts to energy and it's got protein and fiber and nutrients is really important in your diet. We're overfed here, yet we're still starving. So in your dietary like goals for the year, realize when you eat a real meal and your blood sugar is stable, you're not hungry for snacks. So you're not going to be grabbing onto things with low quality inflammatory oils, too much sugar. You want nutrients, real nutrients. We're going to boost these up though after I cook it with some berries and other stuff. So I'm going to show you, but we're going to cook up some buckwheat today. I make a warm main meal called kasha with buckwheat for my clients. And if you want to up the nutrients, you can cook it in a bone broth. Well, we're not going to cook it in a bone broth for the porridge, although you can. So that's another way to add more nutrients to this. Buckwheat is going to have a little bit slightly higher profile for the antioxidants. Those are plant compounds that help our body. Antioxidants are our cellular bodyguard. If you've heard me talk about how important cellular health is, it's all important. Mitochondrial health is important. And becoming fat adapted this year should be a goal for you. If you want to know about that and you need, I focus on metabolic health and liver health for my clients. But so buckwheat, antioxidants, you need that along with the micronutrients, the vitamins and minerals, right? And the protein and the really good. So you can see on the back, this is just a brand that I buy. They actually have it at Whole Foods. And so this is phenomenal. They're going to have little recipes on the back. I've rinsed them in cold water. So this is a quarter cup here, rinse. But we're going to bring to boil. I'm going to add in, just to make this a little bit more nutrient dense for my body, I'm going to be adding in some medium chain fats, medium chain triglycerides. So that is the MCT oil, triglycerides, sorry. And that is your body's ability to burn, to get energy from fat. But that is what you are when you're fat adapted. Your body knows how to go into stores and convert that stored fat into energy. That's ketones. That's when you're really, I'm still in ketosis right now. I mean, it's 3 o'clock and I haven't eaten since yesterday. So once you become fat adapted, you're just not hungry. You feel so energized. And when your body does eat, it really absorbs that food because you become more insulin sensitive instead of insulin resistant. All right. So I'm going to be putting in, I've already warmed up the pan here. Let me just turn it up a little bit higher. We're going to bring this to a boil. So the conversion for most of these is 1 to 2. So 2 cups of fluid to 1 cup of the grains. I'm doing 1 cup and a half a cup of grains because it's just me. And that will make enough for 2 servings or 1 large serving, depending. It's a beautiful chilly day here in Florida. When it gets down into the 40s, like it was last night, it smells like winter. And definitely your body is actually needs burning more fuel. So it's a great day to do a bike ride out today, which I might, which is a perfect exercise to strip out that stored glycogen. Glycogen gets stored in your major muscles, your thighs, also your liver. So we want to eat up those store. So when we do eat more food, it's just a more efficient way to utilize energy from glucose. All right. So staying healthy and fit could not be easier. It does not require drugs. It requires you to make a commitment to yourself and to help your body become fat adapted and just to eat real food. So we're going to let this come to a boil. And then we're going to add this is a half a cup of buckwheat, and it is been rinsed. Now, I'm going to be adding, I'm just going to go through this with you. I'm very, very picky in yogurt. I only buy coconut yogurt. And now Cocoa June has been a favorite for a long time. Although I am not impressed with the Cocoa June where they tried to add in more protein. It tastes horrendous if you ask me. And you can add in protein, well, I'm going to show you by just simply having, almost everybody has a coffee grinder. You can buy one. They're super inexpensive. These are ground up pumpkin seeds, 1/4 cup, 10 grams of super clean alkaline protein. And then you've got fresh ground flaxseed. You can smell the lignans in here. That is an antioxidant. It's got omega-3s, perfect, that we need for brain and for body, fiber and protein. This is what you add, not cocktail of pea protein and other things and thickeners. So I wouldn't go there. And for God's sakes, do not buy the overnight oats that are processed. They're disgusting. I'm just telling you for sure, because you can make them so easy. Convenience is killing us. All you need is a little bit of time, and it is relaxing once you get here and creative. So what you do have to watch out for is when the pan boils. This is a perfect heater. We'll shut off. Yep, so this is fun. So this is ready. Let's get the buckwheat in here. So I just rinsed it in a little strainer here. Let's give this a stir, get this back on. And yeah, so you do want to be careful when you're doing the buckwheat. You don't need to cover it. You just need to bring it to a boil and then keep it stirring. It needs to cook to get a little bit thicker. So we're going to dress this up. This is so delicious. You're going to love the way it tastes. It's so filling, and it's got a little more flavor, I think, than millet. Although you've heard me talk about a millet bread. That's the only clean bread that I eat. My body still doesn't do too well with sourdough. It still is recognizing the wheat in there, not fully broken down by the cultures. So if you want to be really safe, getting a clean millet bread, I keep it in the freezer. You don't need bread every day. It's really a non-essential. So this is boiling. Let's turn this down. And we just want to get it to be simmering here. And get the cover back on, but we're going to watch it. Okay, we'll be back when this is nice and thick, and it's super easy and so satisfying. You've got energy for hours. Okay, are you ready to put this together? Buckwheat takes about 20 minutes, whereas a steel cut oat might take 20 to 30 minutes. So very similar. It's going to have a texture that actually is a little similar to steel cut oats. It's a little bit chewy, so you can see it here. A little bit chunky. The texture is amazing. I did add some cinnamon to it. You can add it while it's cooking, or you can add it to it after. So let's get in a nice big bowl. If I don't finish all this, that's fine. I do have to take a photo though, so get it all in there. So technically this is a serving enough for 2 people. Now I have raspberries. Now, if you eat an entire box of raspberries, that's a lot of really good nutrients. So don't be so worried. I did rinse these off and I put them through my ozonator. They're all organic berries. If you want to invest in something this year, invest in an ozone. It's a bubbler that you can ozonate your greens and your organic stuff, because they do spray them with water in the store that I can guarantee is not filtered. So, all right, we're making this gorgeous. just like the American flag here, separating the colors. Now, we're going to add some creamy. The texture in this is what's going to make it brilliant and so much fun. So the coconut June coconut yogurt, it doesn't have a high amount of protein, but it's super rich and creamy, and there's no sugar added. This is delicious, the strawberry version here. So let's get some. I'm just going to pile it kind of in the center here. Make a little fun design. Okay. I do create my own El Ruderai yogurt. So when I need yogurt for cultures, I'm making my own. So that's not necessarily why I'm having it. It's because I want something creamy. And so this is crushed up pumpkin seeds, 1/4 cup, 10 grams of super clean protein. So this is way better. So we're going to sprinkle this on. I put this on my salads as well. So there's so many ways that you can get extra really great nutrients. Of course, there's minerals in here too, zinc and selenium, all sorts of great things, and pumpkin seeds. So this year, yeah, we're making this about not a diet. You're eating real food. You're making simple little changes, and you're helping your body help yourself. You know, when I started changing, it was a green smoothie, but this is just beautiful and fantastic looking here. And I can't wait to jump into this. So, an alternative to oatmeal, buckwheat, they're not going to be serving it at a restaurant. And the oatmeal that is served at a restaurant is not going to be the highest quality that you can get. The certified glyphosate and gluten-free. Anyway, enjoy the start of your year. I want you to feel powerful and knowing that just by making some simple changes and owning your kitchen, whether it be upgrading your knives or getting a new big cutting board so you can start to get in here and do your thing, it's just brilliant how much energy you can feel. I feel a ton of energy right now, and I can't wait to eat this. So I'm going to sprinkle a little more cinnamon on top, and we'll get a photo. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for showing up on my YouTube channel, maybe sharing some videos and liking what I do here. It's all about my passion. So thanks, guys. Have a wonderful start to your new year.